your picture, May.
You sure you're muted?
No, I'm muted.
Please turn your microphone off. We're going to repeat the prayer for world peace all together. O Lord, may your hand lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May all be happy. May all be peaceful. May all be enlightened and cultured. May all attain perfection. May peace be established in the three bodies of man. May peace be established in the three worlds. May peace be established everywhere. May truth be our religion. May service be our worship. May knowledge be our birth. May world be our family. May yoga and meditation be our way. May our eyes see happy and noble things. May our ears hear happy and truthful words. May our tongues be sweet and truthful. May our bodies be divine instruments. May noble thoughts come to us from all corners of the universe. May we never leave God. May God never leave us. Om peace and love. Om peace and health. Om peace and enlightenment. All right. So, today I'm going to ask you to become conscious of your consciousness. Okay. There is a wonderful thing that happens when we start really thinking about the fact that we're not just here in our mind and in our physical body. It's a very important thing to get into our consciousness, because we begin to shift from doing things mentally to more doing things intuitively. And what do I mean by doing things intuitively? We are constantly in contact with our higher selves, our soul selves, our whatever you wish to call it, it doesn't matter. And that knowledge, and we're in constant contact with our guardian angels, etc. And that information comes through intuition. And you all know that when you have a gut feeling, it's usually the truth. Well, that's the kind of feeling you will have with intuition. It's similar to that, okay? And when you do things intuitively, you're doing it in the moment, okay? The minute you take your intuition and bring it to your mind, then your memory from past and your expectations from the future and your ego starts mulling it around, and it's lost what it's supposed to teach you or give you the information. Because remember that everything we think in terms of the past, or we think of what we want in the future, and then our ego puts its little flavor in there as well, and we're never thinking the truth, because we're always lying to ourselves, because of what we have experienced from the past and what we desire for the future. So we don't look at the truth, we look at things with colored glasses. But in intuition, you have pure knowledge. Isn't that beautiful? And when you have that, then your being, believe it or not, becomes effortless. Everybody complains. Oh, life is so tough. I can't handle this. I can't handle. I'm talking about your life being effortless if you are in the flow of your life. If you stop using that intellect of yours and go to the past and remember what happened in my past. It's very difficult to do. I'm not saying it's easy. Okay? What happened in my past, and you're coloring everything according to that. It's now is the time, not the past. And whatever is happening now, if you're wishing it for the future, you're not experiencing it now, you're pushing it off to the future. So you're never really in the moment, and you're never really in the flow unless you are in a creative state. Okay? So when Jasmar is dancing, she's not thinking, she's not analyzing it, she's just following the movement of her heart. Okay? But you don't need to be in a creativity is in everything. Creativity means, and I've talked about it, thinking from outside of the box and just doing it. Okay? And just being. That's creative. I can be creative cleaning. Okay? Just don't have to be creative because you're not a musician. It means following your heart and doing it according to your heart and doing it the way you want to do it. Not the way somebody told you, but you flowing within yourself, from your higher self, from the inner knowing. That doesn't mean you don't have positive things and negative things in the life. That's normal. It's just that you can handle them more efficiently. Okay? The tension will be less. I'm a good one to talk about that now. I'm worried about upstate. Okay. When we learn things, that is knowledge. Okay? That's obvious. When we integrate and apply that knowledge, it becomes wisdom. How do you integrate and apply? You take it in and you don't bring it through that mental process. That's learning. Integrating it is bringing it through the heart center, through your soul self, and it becomes part of your being. And we call that divine grace a lot of times. That's what it's called, grace. But it's the grace that you have within you. You're not asking some entity outside of you to give you that grace. Because we all have that grace. It comes with us. We were given that by that entity you call God, which is actually part of you, your being. Because remember, every religion says God is omnipresent. Okay? So there's no entity out there giving you grace. The grace flows from within if you are conscious of yourself, if you believe in yourself. All of those things are necessary. Will life be without problems? Absolutely not. But you will know that whatever problems you have, they are for you to learn from, or for you to develop from, or whatever. You will learn that these are all things that are necessary for your evolution. Okay? So, that then becomes that knowledge of wisdom that is within us, our ability to be within us. It is within us. We have it. We can get it there. And that comes through that consciousness. Then it's like, it's always there. It will always be there. All right? Just like the sun is always present, but we don't see it when the clouds are there, right? It's almost sunny out there. When we decide to incarnate at this time, we brought with us a certain knowledge that we attained in other lifetimes. So we believe in reincarnation. And it's absolute truth. There's no question about it. Oh, no, you don't. Okay. And that knowledge comes with us. And that's the knowledge that we bring, we choose to bring. We have other knowledge that is available to us, but we choose to bring that particular knowledge for this incarnation. And sometimes you have child prodigies. You know, you have a 3-year-old that can play perfect piano or something like that. That's because they've learned it before in another lifetime. But this knowledge is what creates our Dharma. What do we mean by Dharma? What is your purpose in life? What is your inner inspiration? What is what you plan to do in this lifetime before you got here? But then you incarnated into this little body and you forgot all about it because you got... How are you going to think about this in this little thing? And you said, oh, and you forgot everything. So now you have to develop it again. And so when you fulfill and follow your Dharma, we feel fulfilled. And we feel like there is a purpose to our life. And we have many Dharmas. It's not just one, okay? And we feel fulfilled with a purpose. But then you have other Dharmas. You have a Dharma as a mother, as a child, as a daughter, as a son, etc. But the main Dharma in your life. And that changes over the lifetime too. You might have a certain Dharma when you're younger and when you're older, etc. So that changes as well. But you feel like this is what you need to be doing. This is what you want to be doing. This is what you have to fulfill to God. And when we do that, we need to accept what we are more than. To do that, we have to accept we're more than physical life. We're more than our mind. You have to accept that. You have to really work with that daily. It's not just something that you know, well, I have a soul, I know that. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I have a soul and I know that in here. And I know that God resides within me in my heart center. That the energy of the Lord resides within me. The churches say we are made in the image of the Lord. And God is omnipresent. I don't care what you believe as your Lord. It doesn't matter. There's only one creator. And Mataji, my guru, my yogashaktiny, I give you a quote. Truthfully speaking, humans are made in the image of God. Every man or woman is a God in miniature or a God in the making. Every individual is a little Brahm, a little Vishnu, and a little Shiva, and in his or her own sphere, whose function is to create, promote, and destroy. And know, and you won't believe me, but know you have created your life with your thoughts. You have created where you are with your thoughts and your likes and your wishes and your emotions. And that's what we're talking. We're here to create, promote, or destroy. So, it's very important for us to start learning that we have this energy within us, and that every feeling that you have, every thought that you have, all of those things will have a reaction to the thought, energy, because thought is an energy, action is an energy, the life around you is an energy, and energies are magnetic. Similar energies attract similar thought patterns. So we go out, and I mention this all the time, we go out in an infinity sign with our thoughts, and we pick up similar thoughts, and they come right back to us. Okay? And same thing. Birds of the same feather flock together kind of concept. Okay? And that's what you will attract in your life as well. You will attract these people. If you're constantly complaining, you will find a whole group of people that would be happy to join you with constantly complaining. And when you are constantly happy, you will find a whole group of people that want you to be unhappy, but they won't disturb you. Because you will not be you will not have the energy to accept that energy. You will not be able to accept that energy. Haven't you ever gone by somebody that you're working with? What are you so happy about?
Yep. All the time.
But if you do not accept that, you don't go, why are you telling me that? That's another energy of negativity. And you go about being happy because I'm happy. That energy cannot affect your mind. Because if you are in that energy truthfully, she or he who has that energy cannot penetrate into your energy and affect your body. Okay? Understand that. And all negative thoughts affect our body. Okay? And we talked about that another time. All right? So, through our thoughts, desires, emotions, we are creating the environment. So, I like to talk about this one, and I won't say who it was. I went to a conference at one time, and in Manhattan, and she asked the whole group, there were about 600 of us, take out a piece of paper and write down what you think about money and abundance. And then she read, and we didn't give it away. Then she called on people and said, they had to read it. And there were things like how we feel about money. Many wrote, money is the root of all evil. Okay. Others, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God, and all of those. And then she asks, and this was a powerful statement. This is why I like to repeat this. She asked, if you were money and abundance, because remember, we attract what we project, would you want to come to that house that doesn't want you? Because if you say, money is the root of all evil, you go, nah. And if you say, it is more difficult for a camel, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for me. Yeah. So then again you're saying this. Okay? Yeah. You have to be careful of what you are thinking. And if you really truly believe that you have this kind of consciousness within you, you will try very hard to find it. Okay? You will find it. Will you be successful all the time? Of course not. But can you catch yourself? Why is my life not abundant? Ask yourself. How do you feel about abundance? Do you think it will make you corrupt? Will you think this? Will you think that? Think about that. Or are you constantly worried about the bills that you have to pay? That again, it's sending that energy out. Yeah. Remember, whatever energy you send out, it's going to come back to you. So be very careful. So we have the power to create. And we call it Maya, illusion. Why is it called illusion? It's not that when my illusion goes that the tree doesn't exist anymore. Of course it does. The world still exists. But the illusion meaning this is not the true life. This is what we have created around us through our thought process. Okay? And every life, know this, how I see the world is totally different than how you see the world. So your world is different from my world, and your world is different from this world. Everybody has a different world. Right? Or can you see that? Yes, we go out, this is the same room, but everybody's experience of this room is different. Okay? Yeah, it's interesting. All right? What we see, we have projected. And I love Star Wars. They have a hologram. Okay? And when they enter the hologram, this is very interesting when they created that series. When they enter the hologram starts making its own things. It's working inside. It wasn't even programmed. It starts creating new programs. It's the same way. It happens with us. We have created this program, we put it out there, and then it starts evolving. Interesting, isn't it? So when we ask you to be conscious, we are asking you to know who you are and accept yourself and just flow in the process. Flow in the process. Will the process be always good? No. But this world will have you happy and sad. It's a world of duality. We have birth, we have death. We have gain, we have loss. We have black, we have white. That's just the way it is. But to be able to work along with it is the way to live. To be able to flow with that ebb and flow, because that's the world. Our inner consciousness should become part of our being, not our intellectual consciousness. Our inner consciousness. And we have that ability. And the way I like to talk about that ability, primarily so that you get an idea, a lot of you are parents. And when that baby was born, the first baby, you had no idea what to do. But you took a look at that baby and you knew what to do. You didn't need your mother-in-law. You didn't need her. You knew. It's all in there. It's all in there. You have the knowledge. And all you had to do was study the baby, and it let you know what it needed. Nobody needed to tell you. And then what happened? A lot of people were reading all these books that they were supposed to do, and it made a mess of it, children. Because you didn't flow from your heart. You didn't flow from your inner knowledge, which is the truth. You flowed from here, intellect. You go, well, maybe I shouldn't feed it, or maybe I should let it cry, or maybe this. No, you have to go from the heart, because that's where your consciousness is, your heart. The Lord resides in every human in the heart. It's as simple as that. Without that energy, you wouldn't exist. We call it, some people call it the soul. But no, really, truthfully speaking, the Lord resides within every human in the heart. The more you open the heart, the more the energy of the divine will flow through you. Consciousness gives us energy. And with that energy, we will then create a more peaceful life, a more flowing life, a more energy. And we will become much more mindful. That's why I'm teaching the meditation teacher's training. What do I start with that? I start with mindful, right? I start with mindful, because we need to first become more mindful. When we become mindful of our surroundings, we become mindful of our own thoughts. And what is yoga? Yoga means complete control over your thoughts, because your subconscious makes your thoughts go this and gives the energy out, brings stuff back that you don't even want, because your subconscious is talking that you have no idea what it's saying. But when you become mindful, you begin to understand what's back there, and you go, no, I don't want that. Thank you, goodbye. But in the meantime, many times people are sitting there and they're just looking at me, and I go, what are you thinking? And they go, I don't know. So your subconscious is generating energy constantly. You have to become conscious of it, okay? So when we do that, we begin to fulfill our purpose and create a meaningful experience. And everything in you is within you to do that. There's not a single person on the planet that does not have that ability. And meaningful for you might be totally different than meaningful for somebody else. I many times talk about this gas station attendant that used to be at this little gas station that I used to go to. He enjoyed his work so much that when he pumped the gas, that was at the time when they still pumped the gas, he smiled at you. Then he washed your window, the front window and the back window. By the time you left there, you were all smiles because he had that beautiful energy. What was he doing? He was pumping gas. You don't have to be a doctor and a lawyer to fulfill the purpose in your life, because we need people to pump the gas as well so that we can go to the doctor. Okay? But I mean, that man, I one day took Mataji. I said, you've got to experience this, because of course I got gas there all the time because it was such a delight to go there. He made you smile. You went there grumpy, and by the time you got through, because of his wonderful positive energy and that he loved what he was doing, you went out of there with a full tank of gas and a full tank of smiles. Yeah. So it's very important. You don't have to be something special to fulfill your mission. Everybody has a purpose. We need everybody. Okay? We need everybody. So, that's what I wanted to talk to. I know that you did not come to this earth alone. You are not left here by yourself. You have guides and you have angels. And everybody believes in a guardian angel. Okay? And intuition is how they feed you. Have you ever traveled somewhere and all of a sudden same place you travel every single day and you turn the wrong way? Why? Maybe somebody told you to turn this way because there was something going on over there that you shouldn't be in. You never know. Okay? You never know. But that's how it comes. It comes through intuition without you even knowing. Because they don't talk to you, they come through intuition. Okay? So I like to read you a quote from Saint Francis de Sales before I close make yourself familiar with the angels and behold them frequently in spirit, for without being seen, they are present within you. Got that? So make yourself. Don't think that you have to do it all by yourself. But you have to open the heart and allow that assistance to come through you. And we call it prayer. Simple as that. We call it prayer. You call on God. Well, actually, God has these angels to answer your prayers. Same difference. Okay? All right. I'll chant Om and close this today. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.